No one's gonna ask you like, are you on something? Although people ask me that anyway. Guys, it's Adria. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be talking about anxiety and ways of coping with it. I've done a lot of videos about anxiety and I feel like it's been a little bit since I've touched on that. I think it's what brought a lot of you to my channel because maybe you're a fellow anxiety human being yourself. Maybe you're not a human being, maybe you're a chimpanzee, I don't know what you are. Maybe you're an elephant. I hope you're an elephant because elephants are my favorite. Anyway, let's talk about anxiety and how much it kind of sucks and ways we can alleviate that or at least temporarily help it. Because a lot of people are like, how do you get over anxiety? And for me, it's like, I feel like I've already said like 800,000 times. I'm so sorry. Anxiety is something I'm always going to struggle with to a degree. I think that there are days where it's a lot better and then there's days where I'm not really okay. If you don't struggle with it, let me just try to compare it to something. If you've ever been in a car accident, it's like that feeling right as the car hits and you feel like your stomach drop and everything just feels almost frozen, like you're paralyzed with this feeling of there's really, I mean, there's no like adjective really. But think of something that kind of makes you nervous and right before you're about to do it, it's that feeling. It's the feeling of walking into a job interview, but it's almost like not brought on by anything, or sometimes it is brought on by, you know, certain things. For me, it's like when my phone rings. It's weird little things because I can go navigate an airport by myself and fly by myself and be perfectly fine, and that kind of baffles me in a way, but then getting behind the wheel of a car scares the living daylights out of me. So it's so weird how your brain kind of picks and chooses what it's terrified of. And a lot of people ask me when I realized I had anxiety or when did I get it. I feel like I've always sort of struggled with it. There's been time periods where it's been better, and I think now I've sort of slipped back into like, I am terrified of small things. I hate that. It's just so frustrating because you want to push through so bad. So let's talk about some ways to cope with anxiety, no matter what it's really about, whether you just have generalized anxiety, you wake up and you're anxious, or whether it's brought on by something. Maybe you're gonna fly for the first time, maybe you're switching schools or something like that, because it's normal to have anxiety in those moments. Okay, I feel like I'm all over the place. I'm not a professional, okay? I feel like you guys should know this. You could probably tell by my background I'm no expert. Maybe an expert would have my background. I shouldn't say that. Anyway, anxiety is a normal emotion, and if you experience it, you're not abnormal, but if you experience it more often than necessary, then it could be an issue. I would definitely say that if you think you have anxiety, maybe you're not diagnosed with it, to talk to your doctor about it. It didn't really take long for a doctor to diagnose me when I was a young adult, because I think when I was a kid, I didn't talk about mental health when I went to the doctor. It was more like, how am I physically doing? It didn't occur to me when I'm like 12 years old to be like, whoa, tell them that you can't talk to people. You don't think to tell a doctor that. You're kind of just like, oh, maybe this is just me. I think the sooner you're aware that something isn't right and you can address that, the better off you'll be, because as soon as I realized that this wasn't necessarily my fault, but just a product of what my brain's doing, I was like, okay, you know, it's still frustrating, but at least it makes sense. So let me talk about some things that I use and do that sort of comfort me in moments where I'm anxious. I think first of all, a big thing that I like to do is go for a drive. I don't drive, that's another video for another day. You know, I'll tell Brandon like I think I need to go for a ride, and I'll just sit in the passenger seat and he'll just drive, maybe put on music, maybe we'll just talk. I feel like that really can clear your head, just give you a second to breathe. This one's personally one of my favorite things to do, and that is to use a perfume or a body spray that maybe you have a fond memory with. I don't know the actual science of this, but I know that smells are like the #1 thing that trigger memory. This personally, it reminds me of like when I first moved to Florida with Brandon, because that's when I got this. Just smelling it takes me back there. Times were simpler, oddly. I'll go back and smell fragrances from when I was in high school, and it just reminds me of when I was younger, and I feel like that can sort of be comforting. Something else that I like to do, also associated with the past, is listening to old music that I used to listen to when I was younger. The music you listen to as a teenager is pretty much your taste for the rest of your life, or like a young adult or something. I don't know, I've heard that before. Listening to old music can take you back in time and make you feel young again. Something else that I really like, I've been using these for a few years now, and these are called Monks aroma diffuser little things. They're I call them vapes, but they're not technically vapes. They have active, happy. This is vanilla, thyme, and fennel. I am one of those people that's like big on aromatherapy, and I feel like it does actually help me. Whatever you want to do, bro. Along those same lines, I have an aroma diffuser, which I put little oils in. It's comforting. I don't know. I feel like for some reason scents comfort me. If you're just sitting in a room and it doesn't smell like anything, you can kind of feel like you've stopped existing. Something else I find really helpful with practicing mindfulness, being present in your day-to-day. Journaling. Wow, does this really just have my name randomly on it? It does help me be mindful of my day and like what I'm doing, what's going on, and kind of appreciating little things, you know, because so often we'll just sit there and just be like, you know, going about our life and not really paying attention. I guess just practicing being in the room, reflecting on your day a little bit. Looks like that can also push you to do new things, because maybe you'll want to write about new things in your book. Personally, my little journal is getting a little repetitive, so I'm like, okay, I feel like I need to do something new to spice this up a little. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about, maybe the reason you clicked on this video, I have tried CBD for my anxiety. This is not sponsored or like affiliated or anything. This company was nice enough to send me some CBD gummies. You have CBD with melatonin, which these can help you sleep. CBD is a cannabis compound that has significant medical benefits, but it does not make people feel stoned. So it is derived from a cannabis plant, but again, doesn't make you high. No one's gonna ask you like, are you on something? So, although people ask me that anyway. And also, CBD is legal. I think it was illegal at some point. It is perfectly legal. You can buy it online. I wouldn't promote illegal activity on this channel. I forgot my oil. I left it at my mom's house. The oil you can just like put under your tongue. And the first time I tried CBD oil, I was having an anxiety attack, and like I was like feeling like I couldn't breathe and like on the verge of crying. I took some, and I want to say maybe like a half hour later, I was like, I feel fine. Like what? You know, and it's not even like I was sitting there waiting for it to happen. I was just on my computer, and then I just started to like think about things that normally stress me out, and I'm like, why is this not making me feel like I can't breathe? Oh yeah, I took some CBD oil. You know, if you think that's something that maybe you would like, I would definitely look into it and do a little bit of research on it. That's what I did before I tried it. I don't smoke or I don't do anything like that, so I was a little bit like, it has helped me personally. So it says on the CBD gummies, mood enhancer, pain relief, alleviates stress, calm relaxation, natural sleep, healthier lifestyle. I'm actually gonna have one of these right now. I mean, you can taste it in it if you know what the CBD oil tastes like, because to me it kind of tastes like salad dressing mixed with like skunk. Of course, it doesn't cure your anxiety and make it go away, or the things that make you anxious go away. But I think if you're having an anxiety attack or you're having trouble sleeping or anything like that, it has really helped me a lot. I was skeptical about it. I'm like, how is this oil gonna help me feel better? But it actually worked. I even saw an article that said something like, is CBD gonna replace pharmaceutical or prescription medications or something like that? Maybe I should find it and link it down below. But I think just finding things that work for you is really key. Also, going to the gym really helps me. I know for some people that might make them more anxious because it's like being around people and maybe feeling judged by people, but for me, I get in my own zone and like, I don't care about all the people around me, like whatever, girl. Don't forget to comment down below anything that maybe alleviates your anxiety that you think could maybe help somebody else that maybe I didn't mention in this video. Healthy coping mechanisms, please. don't y'all be saying like jump off a roof. Don't go there. And I once heard a quote that said, don't go to your grave with your greatest gift unopened. You know, live your life. Do your thing. Do what you're good at. Do what you like. I will also have a playlist linked up here for more mental health related videos. If that interests you, click on that, but preferably when the video is done. I also in the future want to do a video about depression versus periods because I feel like that's something that people don't really talk about. If you would like to see that, definitely let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't. YouTube is killing my channel, so please support your girl. Like, comment, share with somebody in your life that's an anxious mess. I don't know. Tell kids at your school to watch it. What do kids today do? Do you tell kids to watch YouTubers? I don't know. I'm an old woman. Today I am giving a shout out to Laura on Twitter, Toxic Waste. Thank you, girl, for the retweet. And I also want to give a shout out to my patrons. We have Brooke, Emily, Noah, Sam, Michael, Michelle, and Dan. So thank you guys for being contributing members to the channel. I will see you guys again real soon. Until then, panda hugs. I love you guys.